Well, I only when it's too much. If I suffer, maybe you're the one. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one.
Everybody speeds in the fast lane, surely now. Revving through the gears, trying to keep ourselves from stressing out. Take a look in your heart and your soul. for so little, oh Lord. Holding back the tears on the last train homeward bound. It's been 27 years and you've only now just figured out how you can give him your heart and your soul. Give him every ounce of you own. But when you're caught up in the riddle, man, your pride ain't worth a nickel, no, no. soak it up.
The IGF and Choice Awards will begin in a few moments. We ask that you please take your seats.
I've been working all these hours all night long. When I hear that song that makes me think of you, I've been sipping on some California wine. Everything feels fine when I'm surrounded by you. I've been puffing on some California kush and thinking about my life, how everything revolves around you, around you.
Tonight's program is about to begin. Please take your seats and we will be starting momentarily. Also at this time, if you would silence your cell phones and other electronic devices, it would be greatly appreciated. Please welcome the chairperson of the Independent Games Festival, Kelly Wallach.
All right, hello, and welcome to the 21st Annual Independent Games Festival Awards. Welcome to everyone in the room tonight, and congratulations to all the finalists and honorable mentions. Dramatic pause. Also, a big thank you to all the applicants and members of the gaming community who dedicated their time to playing and selecting this year's nominees. We'd also like to add a special thanks to our sponsors, the IGF Platinum sponsor, ID at Xbox, and the IGF Platform sponsor, Steam. As we all gather here, I want to remind everyone how important the messages we send tonight are. These messages are spoken through the nominations, the winners, the games we make, the games we play, and the cultures that we celebrate. If we're brave enough to share our hopes and fears in what we create, it will open the floodgates for others. None of us do this alone. Play brings people together in ways that are vital to our human experience. Expression of a single experience can create a whole new nurturing space for dreams to take root. Many of us who think that we suffer alone suffer in silence next to another person who's suffering in the same way. We all participate, and we're all in this together. What divides us belongs in the past. Thank you, and please help me in welcoming to the stage Meg Giant.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm Meg Giant, and I am so honored to be your host for tonight. I came to my first GDC in 2015 with a game called 80 Days. But I have always found it a little strange that the year that my community, this community, chose to give an IGF award to a game that was anti-colonialist, anti-racist, unabashedly feminist, pointedly diverse, and, well, written by an Indian woman, was also the same year that our audiences were engulfed by Gamergate. And it felt, at that time, as though we rejected that campaign of hatred. But it's actually never felt closer to me right now. A mutated strain of that poison that made video games its testing ground has bubbled up in Christchurch, New Zealand. It fueled a monster who went to a mosque with murder in his heart. And if we don't utterly and vocally and wholly reject these people, these Nazis and fascists and white supremacists, then we are inviting them in. If we make room for them, then there is no room for anyone else. And what we represent here tonight must stand in opposition to them. And we have to do it together. But rejecting hate is only half the battle. The other half of the battle is, in its way, much harder. It is to ask, how do we make people feel welcome? How do we keep them safe and happy as well as whole? Last year, I became too chronically ill to work, and I am only here still making games because of the understanding and the generosity of some incredible colleagues in the indie games community. Some of them are right over there. But the truth is that not everyone has been or will be so lucky, particularly if you don't have free healthcare. And it shouldn't be about luck. It is time, more than time, that we as an industry left behind the idea that our work is made better by our pain, that the price of passion is exploitation, that job security and pension plans and workplaces free of harassment are impossible dreams. We have to demand them collectively, and not just for each other, not just for ourselves, but for each other as well. All right, okay, come on. All right, let's give out some awards. But before we do that, I would like a word with everyone nominated tonight. Everyone else, play on your phones for a minute, okay? People nominated. Have you written an acceptance speech? Even on the back of a napkin or your awards program? Do it now. Even if you don't think you'll win, especially not. Seriously, you do not want to be as unprepared as I was. No, thank you. Laugh it up. Well, at least it's an easy bar for everyone else to clear tonight. All right, our first award tonight is for Best Student Game. So I was trying to think of useful advice to give students nominated this year, the sort of thing I wish I'd known at the start of my career. And really, I guess it's this: progress is not linear. This is a good year for everyone nominated tonight. You have been recognized, and deservedly so. But there will be years that you deserve it, and you're not. A career isn't just the highs, it's the lows. And it is also the privilege of being able to survive the lows so that you can gain the heights again. And it will be harder for some of you than others. I hope that the students nominated tonight go on to make incredible games, as interesting and varied as the range they've made this year. But even more than that, I hope they get to do their best work and that they are able to help others to do so. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, the best advice I have for you is join a union. All right, the finalists. And the finalists for Best Student Game are...
Best Student Game. It's Paper Guy.
Woo!
Developed by the Paper Team. The Haunted Island, a frog detective game developed by Grace Brooksner, Thomas Bowker, Dan Golding. After Hours, developed by Berhiya Khan, Tim Flusk, Claire Meikle, Abby Meikle. On Guard, developed by the On Guard team of Rubica.
Somewhere you're depriving a village of its idiots.
I don't want to fight anymore.
Levedad, developed by Sol Importa, Julian Cordero, Frankie Pettigrew, Steph Butchko, Amelia Gonzalez Salgado. Soul, developed by Gossamer Games, Thomas Sharp, Nabil Ansari, Chris McCall, Danielle Vuno.
All right, and the winner of the IGF Award for Best Student Game is After Hours. Come on up.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Fuck, like to thank all the fucking struggle heroes who allow me to actually have this fucking opportunity at all. Fuck God, like apartheid was shit and now we fucked it over, thank God. Like to thank my parents. Yo, fuck, my community in Johannesburg, South Africa. Thank God to all of you. Fuck, my parents, my team, my fantastic fucking team.
Yo, that's a word in South Africa we say, yo, when things are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I mean, winner gives speech, winner exits. Sorry, I'm just... So I wrote a little bit on this napkin, and I thought win or lose, you know. I was trying to like I'm gonna do this really quickly, just because I know there's other people that need to come. But I was trying to tame my hair in my hotel room because my hair is my hair. And while I was doing that, I was having this conversation with God, and I was like, it was like an acceptance speech, and I said that, you know, I know that I might like not deserve to win, and there's like such good, amazing people nominated, but please can I win? And I did. I'm Muslim, so I'd like to thank my God, Allah first. I've never ever seen an award show like where a Muslim person won, and I always thought like as an act of rebellion, I'd say Allahu Akbar. So there we go. There's no terrorists here. and to my team and to all the emos and people of color. Fuck yes. Woo!
Unionize, you deserve it.
Wow, okay. I'm already starting to tear up. Okay, so much of game design is about iteration, incremental changes to an extant framework in the pursuit of perfection. The Nuovo Award, however, celebrates games and game designers who are not only at the top of their craft, but are also challenging us with their innovation. These nominees are exploring the boundaries, failing informatively, and lighting fires in the distance for the rest of us to follow. They tell me, more than anything, that the paths ahead of us as an industry are infinitely varied, as broad as the range of voices and minds that we bring to the design problems of the present and future. The developers nominated tonight show us the importance of looking beyond the mainstream. And the finalists for the Nuovo Award are
Nuovo Award. Circle Zero. Developed by Yes Yes. The Yes Yes team. Ichi's Zone. Developed by Seemingly Pointless. James Cox. Joe Cox. Noida. Developed by Nola Games. Arvi Takare. Oli Hariola. Petre Porto. Nilo Takalainen. Mirror Drop. Developed by Ian Lilly. Black Room. Developed by Cassie McQuater. Paratopic. Developed by Arbitrary Metric. Jessica Harvey. Doc Burford. Chris I. Brown. Do Not Feed the Monkeys. Developed by Fictiorama Studios. The Do Not Feed the Monkeys team. Nth Dimensional Hiking. Developed by Zachariah Chandler.
And the winner of the Nuovo Award is Black Room.
I didn't write a speech, so fuck. Yeah, but this is amazing. I never thought I would be here. Thank you to everybody who supported my small little labor of love. Thank you to Ronan, hi, and to Brendan, and to my friend Maya, who submitted her beautiful writing. And the biggest thank you of all goes to my grandma, who stayed up all night playing Zelda until dawn. So, thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Alt Control GDC co-founder John Polson.
Good evening, everyone. This year marks the 6th annual Alt Control GDC Showcase. Woo! We're truly humbled to see this display of alternative controller games thriving year after year. And we're humbled that many of these games are made exclusively to enter in the showcase. So what happens when we shed the confines of familiar game control paradigms? I encourage you to visit our booth on the GDC show floor and find out. You'll experience new sensations, not unlike when you first used a controller, a smartphone, or a keyboard and mouse. As you let your imagination come to life, you can play all 20 creations at Alt Control GDC this year. While all of the games were transformative, we'd like to present to you the 6 finalists that the judges played on site yesterday and found to be truly exceptional experiences.
Alt Control GDC. Hot Swap. All Hands on Deck. Developed by Peter Guillory and Clement Jang. The Book Ritual. Developed by Alastair Eichson. Table 44. Developed by Alan Ada. Ruins Climber. Developed by Takahiro Miyazawa. Hell Couch, a couch co-op game developed by Carol Meertz and Francesca Carletto Leone. Extra Reality Codebreaker, developed by Fleb.
So before presenting the award, I'd like to take a moment to thank this year's designer for this year's Illuminous Trophy, Robin Baumgarten. Thank you, Robin. And now, for the light of this year's exhibit, please join me in congratulating the winner of the Alt Control GDC Award. If I can open this. There. It is Hot Swap.
I've never been filmed by an HD camera and an iPhone at the same time. I want to thank Alt Control in general for just letting us be able to make these crazy controllers and celebrating us here. I want to thank CU Boulder, where Clement and I are from. We're just graduate students, and they really let us explore with this program. And I want to thank who's ever going to ship this home to us, because this will not fit in any of our luggage. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, sound design in games can do everything from setting an atmosphere to giving the player vital clues about how to respond to the action of the game. No part of the game's design is more viscerally affecting than the soundscape. And as a writer, I am always wildly envious of sound designers, particularly ones with skill, determination, and talent, like the ones nominated tonight. And as a writer, I'm in the business of making people feel something. So it is no surprise that I've never met a writer who didn't secretly wish that they were a musician instead. Because music and sound are the most universal, maybe even, all right, I'll admit it, maybe even the best ways to make people feel, to move them deeply. Each of the games nominated tonight have mastered that very art. The finalists for Excellence in Audio are
Excellence in Audio. Ethereal, developed by Nonsense Arts, Nicolas Regebaren, Tomas Batista. Hypnospace Outlaw, developed by Jay Tolan, Mike Lash, Zolavier Nelson Jr., Corey Cochran.
Department Enforcer Training.
Moss, developed by Polyarch, Stephen Hody. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope.
These trade ships, these 10 nimmen, not much keeping them above water.
Alto's Odyssey, developed by Team Alto. Todd Baker. Paratopic, developed by Arbitrary Metric. Chris I. Brown.
And the award for Excellence in Audio goes to Paratopic.
I can't say I exactly anticipated this. I couldn't call that at all. But basically, thank you to everybody who got us out here. IGF, for one thing, we wouldn't have made it without this nom at all. And then everyone who helped us with the transport. I'd like to thank these guys for helping me put this thing together. Fantastic, Doc and Jess, you're amazing. And a couple friends who came with us. Thank you, everybody else, for coming out here. Thank you, Mom, for putting up with me during this. And Dad, I hope you'd be proud. Thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, so as you can imagine, I am extremely excited about presenting this category tonight. Game narrative has experienced a creative flowering in the last 5 years, I think, with narrative-driven games from the indie space driving innovation. Narrative games have never been more mainstream, and stories in games have never been more multifaceted, diverse, challenging, and engrossing. All games tell stories, whether they're planning to or not, but it is bloody hard to tell a good story to players through a game. In fact, there are times that I think it is almost impossible. And the only reason that I say almost is because of the games like the ones nominated tonight. They make me believe. Every one of the devs nominated should be so absolutely proud of their achievements. The finalists for Excellence in Narrative are
Excellence in Narrative. Wonder Song, developed by Greg Labana and A Shell in the Pit. M. Halberstadt, Gordon McLattery. Genital jousting, developed by Free Lives. The Free Lives team. Unavowed, developed by Wadjet Eye Games. Dave Gilbert, Ben Chandler, Thomas Reagan, Ivan Ulyanov. Sears Isle, developed by Novavox. Geoffroy Vossan, Nicolas Fouquet. Watch Me Jump, developed by Jeremy Gable. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope.
Keep rowing!
Also, nominees, put your damn hands up so the rest of us can see you and congratulate you properly. Come on. Exactly, I see you. All right, the Excellence in Narrative Award goes to Return of the Obra Dinn. There you are.
Thank you. There's really one person I need to thank the most, and it's my wife, Keiko. I like to think I work pretty hard on my games, as you do. But every once in a while, I put that aside and I do what Keiko does, and I take care of the family. And I gotta tell you, keeping an entire family full of people happy, alive, and on schedule every day, day in and day out, is a lot harder than dicking around on the computer all day, which is my specialty. So it's really because of her that I have a comfortable career that I love, and two great kids that I love even more. So Keiko, hopefully you're watching this right now. Thank you for everything. I love you very much.
You'd think he'd be used to it by now. So, I think it would be easier for most of us in this room to agree, broadly, on what constitutes bad design than agree on what is good. This is such a tough category. What in a game isn't part of game design? We hold game designers responsible for everything. Sometimes, I think, a little unfairly. For a game to be good, its design then must be irreproachable. A beautifully designed game has an elegance to it. Everything perfectly balanced, a thing invisible and yet entirely palpable. The feel of a machine working in perfect and precise order. And the games nominated tonight each have exactly that quality. The finalists for Excellence in Design are
Excellence in Design. What the Gulf, developed by Triban. Tim Garbos, Peter Broom, Renee Drusen, Lassa Astrup. Do Not Feed the Monkeys, developed by Fictionorama Studios. The Do Not Feed the Monkeys team. Noida, developed by Nola Games. Petre Porho, Oli Hariola, Arvi Takare, Nilo Takalainen. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope. Dicey Dungeons, developed by the Dicey Dungeons team. Terry Kavanaugh, Niev Houston, Marlo Doby, Justo Delgado Body. Opus Magnum, developed by Zachtronics, the Zachtronics team.
And the Excellence in Design Award goes to Opus Magnum. Come on up.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Tronics.
Actually, there are 5 members of Zachtronics, and that's important because I guess there's no picture back there. But like, without the rest of the team, this would not be what we're making. So it's thank you to the rest of the Zachtronics team.
And you.
And.
Please give a warm welcome to Chris Charla, Senior Director of ID at Xbox, who will be presenting the ID at Xbox Gaming Heroes Award.
Hey everybody. With me tonight is Sarah Condi, also from the ID at Xbox program, who's going to be co-presenting. So we always like to take a little time during the IGF to put the spotlight on a group or individual that's helped make an impact in gaming. So I've got a quick question for the audience. Who here has put a game cartridge into a game console? Let the record show that everyone in the building raised their hand.
So tonight, we'd like to posthumously honor a true pioneer we think is simply not as well known as he should be in games. The man who, at the dawn of our industry, had the innovation to put games on cartridges and helped usher in an era of game consoles defined by software, not merely hardware. If you've ever put a cartridge into a game console, you owe a debt to the late Jerry Lawson.
My name is Karen Lawson, and my father, Gerald A. Lawson, invented the first cartridge-based home video game system, the Fairchild Channel F, in 1976.
He started at Fairchild Semiconductor, I believe, in 1972. And around that time, he worked on a coin-operated video game called Demolition Derby.
He put together that game, created that game in the garage.
I think word got out at Fairchild that, hey, Lawson worked on this coin-operated video game.
So they had him head up Fairchild's marketing division and put him in charge of creating a video gaming system for Fairchild.
Channel F, the one with all the fun. The Fairchild Video Entertainment System at your larger JCPenney. The home entertainment system that never gets old. Plug in a new video card and change the fun.
There were people who told him it couldn't be done. What couldn't be done? You can't isolate the game from the console.
He was the type of person that if somebody were to say to him, hey, you can't do this, that would be all the reason he needed to go forward and try to do it. Recognizing and evangelizing my father's story and others like him is necessary so that somebody can have a person like them to identify with.
I just want people to know about his contribution to technology and how important it really is.
So, unfortunately, the Lawson family couldn't join us here tonight, but they have given us a statement to share with everybody.
The Lawson family would like to thank IGF and ID at Xbox for honoring Dad for his contribution to gaming and the industry that he helped to create. Please join our family in promoting his legacy by sharing his story, and thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
So, words have always made sense to me. They can be beautiful in some combinations, but I kind of understand, well, largely speaking, how. Whereas visual art has always felt a little bit to me like magic. But to call the achievements of the visual artists nominated tonight magical would be to do them a disservice. To call it magic somehow doesn't adequately reflect the skill and practice, the cleverness and craft and sheer bloody hard work it took to produce the arrestingly different visual landscapes of the games nominated this year. Everyone nominated tonight has my unschooled but very sincere admiration. And the finalists for Excellence in Visual Art are
Excellence in Visual Art. Forgotten Anne, developed by Throughline Games. Alfred Nguyen, Anas Birbeg Hall, Debbie Ekberg, Alexander Kramerov. Alto's Odyssey, developed by Team Alto. Parry Nesbitt. Hypnospace Outlaw, developed by Jay Tolan, Mike Lash, Zolavier Nelson Jr., Corey Cochran. Just Shapes and Beats, developed by Berserk Studio, Emily Bourget, Marc-Antoine Jean, Simon Lachance, Olivier Lamontagne. Mirror Drop, developed by Ian Lilly. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope.
God, those are all so beautiful. All right, the winner of the IGF Award for Excellence in Visual Art is Mirror Drop.
Thanks to my family, especially Sean, for all the help that he did. Thanks for the friends who came over and everyone who helped playtest. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that I'm here, so thanks everybody.
right, so every year we give out an award to the game that our audience is most excited about. The game that the people in this room feels is worthy of recognition and respect. And that is no small thing. This is a room full of some of the most discerning game design minds in the entire industry. And I'm so excited to know what everyone voted for. All right, and the winner is Ethereal. Ethereal. Where are you guys?
Hola. Cool, yeah. Whoa. So the thing is, it's amazing to be here. We are just like, thank you. And we have to thank to the developers that we admire, that there are so many. So, and also we have to thank to our people. Así que gracias a la comunidad latinoamericana, a la comunidad de Argentina, a nuestros amigos, a nuestras familias. Tenemos que seguir con la tradición de Daniel Benmergui de agradecer en español. Así que nada, vieja, enano, ro, les amo y bueno, nada.
Just one thing. We did the game without funding from beginning to end, so we are really happy that every little bit of effort that we put in the game it was super hard, and now we are really happy that the result of everything is something that you like, so we are really happy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give a warm IGF welcome to the winners of last year's Seamus McNally Grand Prize Award, Scott Benson and Alec Holoka.
Over 10 years ago, Derek Yu and I accepted the Seamus McNally for the game Aquaria. I was 21, growing up in Winnipeg, Canada, where it's very cold. At the time, there wasn't much of a game industry there. Inspired by the games that I played growing up, I really wanted to be able to start a career making my own games. Being part of the IGF felt very welcoming and validating. Nowadays, there are so many avenues and communities that showcase a wider variety of games, and I hope this means that more people will be able to feel included and validated.
All right. I need to echo Meg from the beginning of this. I had a similar experience. About 1 year ago, Alec, Bethany, myself, and the whole Night in the Woods team won this award. Bethany and I are artists, and we just kind of stumbled through the side door into making games, and Night in the Woods was our first, so anyway. It was cool to be nominated for an award, and I was like dead convinced we wouldn't win anything, and I didn't prepare a speech. I came up here and for a few seconds was just like, you know, for a few minutes. You can go watch it anyway. The moral of the story here is seriously always have a prepared speech. Just anywhere you go, anywhere speech. McDonald's speech. Confronted by a bear in the woods speech. Jumping a dirt bike over Dead Man's Gulch speech. You could just be innocently walking through like a convention center in San Francisco, and they could pull you up on stage in front of a lot of people and billions watching on the internet. You have to have a speech when that happens. no pressure. Now let's take a look at the nominees.
Seamus McNally Grand Prize. Minute. Developed by Kitty Callis. Jan Willem Neyman. Yukio Kallio. Dominic Johan. Opus Magnum. Developed by Zachtronics. The Zachtronics team. Noida, developed by Nola Games. Olli Harjola, Petre Poto, Arvi Takare, Nilo Takalainen. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope. Hypnospace Outlaw, developed by Jay Tolan, Mike Lash, Zolavier Nelson Jr., Corey Cochran. Do Not Feed the Monkeys, developed by Fictionorama Studios. The Do Not Feed the Monkeys team.
And the IGF Seamus McNally Grand Prize winner is...
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Try not to forget that this time. My first GDC was 21 years ago, which is a long time, I think, by any measure. And my first IGF submission was 11 years ago, which is also, I think, a long time. The whole time, independent games are the thing that inspire me and influence me to keep creating. And Minute, Hypnospace Outlaw, Opus Magnum, Noita, and Do Not Feed the Monkeys are all, those games and all of the games that are nominated tonight and all the winners are incredible works of art. And it's an honor for me to have Obra Dinn listed alongside those games. 5 years ago, I won the award for Papers, Please. And at that time, I said it was the peak of my career. I still believe that, actually. But the downhill ride from the peak has been pretty nice. So thank you all so much.
Wow, so what a year. For me, a year of personal and political misery, for lots of us, I think. But it is also a year that crystallized my intentions. It was a year of weaponizing kindness, of taking what I love and making it into the shape of a sword and a shield. I made a sacrifice of my health and my mind to the altar of video games and to the gods of productivity, and I am only just now grasping at health and home and balancing that with work. I swore I wouldn't make a sacrifice of myself again, but even more than that, I don't want anyone else to sacrifice themselves either. If we destroy ourselves making our art, all we are making are elegies, and we deserve more than that. We want bread and we want roses too. If our industry is broken, then so are our lives. And if we don't value all kinds of people, how are we going to be able to create the conditions for all kinds of work? We are limiting our own perspectives. We are narrowing our own horizons. I have been afraid this year. It's a fearful time for many of us. Joy is an antidote to some of the world's ills, even in its smallest measure. And that is what we do here when we are at our best. That is probably how most of us ended up here. We played a game that made us feel joyful. It made us feel happy. And that is important. It is a powerful thing in dark times to be able to give somebody else joy. It can be radical. Not fun, joy. We talk about fun way too much. Our jobs are to create and to sustain joy. So let's remember that this year, and let us resist joylessness in our games, in our own lives, and in each other's, and in our communities as well. Thank you to everyone here and at home, and congratulations to everyone who won an award tonight, and also very much so to everyone who didn't. And thank you also to our IGF Platinum sponsor, ID at Xbox, and IGF Platform sponsor, Steam, who made tonight possible. And now, it is my privilege to introduce you to hand you over. I don't really need to introduce you to this man. It is my privilege to hand you over to the absolutely legendary Tim Schafer for the Game Developers Choice Awards. Give him a hand, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to begin the second half of our evening and welcome you to the 19th Annual Game Developers Choice Awards. Please welcome the host of the evening, Tim Schafer.
Thank you so much. What's this little crown here? Why'd you guys leave me a crown? That's so nice. I am so honored and grateful to be asked to come back here for the 19th Annual Game Developers Choice Awards. Thank you so much for having me, and thanks for coming tonight. Let's have another big round of applause for Meg Giant, who did such a great job hosting the IGF Awards. Pretty great. She did a great job hosting, and I want to stand in solidarity with her and everyone who mentioned it against the terrible Christchurch terror attacks, and I want to offer love and support to all the Muslims worldwide and in the game development community and here in this room. I want to say something that just in case it's not clear that you're welcome here, I would like to say something that I hope this isn't controversial, but fuck white supremacists. I think that's important, right? Yeah, great. Good. I think it's sad that racists and other hate peddlers feel safe in any space that's remotely connected to video games. And I think we all have an opportunity in our work and in our daily lives and our platforms, big and small, to make it absolutely clear that we do not tolerate any of that crap. And I think we can always do more and do as much of that as we can. And I'm sorry about the F-bomb. I'll try and keep that to a minimum. All the swearing, there's been enough. I will warn you there'll be one more during the show, so that will come later. And one shit. Well, two now. This one and that one. I'm gonna give 2 shits. Well, now 3. But that's it. I just feel really lucky to be here. You know, the Academy Awards this year didn't have a host. Did any of you notice? No. No one noticed. Do we even need an awards host? People tweeted meanly, cruelly. I'll tell you why you need hosts, people. To keep you safe. If it wasn't for award hosts, there'd just be a big pile of trophies up here, and it'd be like Black Friday at Walmart, and everybody'd be rushing the stage to get their awards. Amy Hennig elbowing people out of the way to get her Lifetime Achievement Award. Just kidding, Amy. Amy Hennig, everybody. There she is. Amy Hennig's here because she's up for a Lifetime Achievement Award this year, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I think you got a shot at it. This could be your year. You deserve this. You campaigned really hard. She campaigned so hard. Full page ads everywhere. The smear campaign against the other nominees. You did what you had to do, and there's no shame in that. I recently had the honor of, at another games event, interviewing Amy on stage, and she's told a funny story about being at a party where a stilted clown got too close to her, and she almost punched it in the face. I'm going to change that. You did punch it in the face. That's narrative iteration. That's a better story. She punched the clown in the face, and we told that story a lot of people. Some people got upset. Some people were offended, but I wouldn't worry about them. They're just a bunch of bozos. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a father. There's a lot of societal pressure to tell those kind of jokes. So there's so many great games being celebrated tonight, but I think we can all agree that the best game of all time is hopefully under this counter. I should have checked that first, but it is. Of course, the greatest game of all time is Skies of Arcadia, right? Because I brought my own copy. Because I'm so excited. Rieko Kodama is here tonight to receive her Pioneer Award for all the amazing, trailblazing games like Phantasy Star and all the games she did at Sega. And she's one of my idols, and I've always wanted to meet her. And tonight I'm going to get this signed. I'm so excited.
Tim, she's not actually here. She sent a video from Japan.
Oh. Huh. Well, like I said, my favorite game of all time that I'm going to get signed tonight is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Yes. If you don't like these jokes, please try to remember that this evening is free. I mean, I know you spent hundreds or thousands of dollars to come to GDC, but there's no surcharge for the jokes tonight. No extra fees. And if I'm being honest, there's some of them that are so poorly constructed that no matter how much you spent, you're going to feel like you overpaid. Speaking of overpaid, Bobby Kotick is not here tonight, right? I checked with that, and he's not here. But you are all here. I've been told over 4,000 of you are here tonight, and that is really impressive. 4,000. It would take 5 years of record profits for Bobby to fire all of you. So you're safe. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Let's hand out some awards. Some booing from Bobby's family. I'm sorry. It's just, jokes have to be made. Tonight's enough about me. Tonight's not about me. I know I'm up here on the stage and I'm in a spotlight and my voice is amplified and I look amazing. And thank you. And I'm literally like 6 feet above all of you right now, but it's not about me, it's about you. And you are the game developers. You made these games and you pick the winners. And that sounds like a big conflict of interest now that I say that out loud. But this award in particular is about you specifically, the new developers that just launched the inaugural game of their brand new studio. So here are the nominees for Best Debut.
Best Debut. Polyarch, nominated for Moss. The Polyarch team. Mountains, nominated for Florence. The Mountains team. Nomada Studio, nominated for Greece. The Nomada Studio team. Villa Gorilla, nominated for Yoko's Island Express. Jens Andersen. Matthias Snig. Linus Larson. Sabotage, nominated for The Messenger. The Messenger Team.
And the winner of Best Debut is Mountains, Florence.
Thank you to the team, especially Sam and Tony, who aren't here tonight. Huge thank you to Megan Ellison and Hector and the Annapurna team for being such amazing partners. Thank you, Kevin, for your amazing music. Fabian and Brooke and all other collaborators who made Florence so special. Thank you so much. It hasn't always been easy. Sometimes it's been a bit of a struggle, and this is just incredible to be here right now in this moment. And thank you, Ken, for all your support. So, thank you.
Tonight's first nominee for Game of the Year, Celeste. Developed by Matt Makes Games. Matt Thorson. Noel Berry. Pedro Medeiros. Amora Bettany.
All right, we did it. We gave out an award. We're getting there. And now, the Best VR AR Award is coming back for its third and final year. Listen, no. Listen. No, it's a lie. That's a lie. I wrote that joke before I looked at this list of amazing nominees. This is an amazing list of nominees. It's some of the best VR that I've ever seen. Not a lot of AR, though, so I guess we know who won that battle, right? Okay, this isn't a joke. This is just a request. The AR app I would like is something for at GDC that would pop up a name of everybody, because I'm really old and I can't remember anyone's name. Tell me who the hell everyone is. This is like Mary, she made that game you're like. This is Dick, he's at that publisher you're trying to sign with. And this is like Cop, don't sell him drugs. Just like that would be so helpful. Because I sell drugs at GDC. I hope that's clear. I don't. Let's look at the nominees for Best VR AR.
Best VR AR Game. Budget Cuts. Developed by Neat Corporation. Uli Axelson. Linnea Harrison. Christopher Svenningsson. Jonas Schellberg. Beat Saber. Developed by Beat Games. Jan Ilofsky. Vladimir Hrinkar. Yaroslav Beck. Tetris Effect, developed by Monstars and Resonair, published by Enhance Games. Tetsuya Mizuguchi. Takashi Ishihara. Mark McDonald. Yasuyuki Togo. Moss, developed by Polyarc. The Polyarc Team. Astrobot Rescue Mission, developed by SIE Japan Studio, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Nicholas Doucet, Sebastian Bruckner, Yuki Miyame, Gento Morita.
And the winner is Beat Saber.
Hi, I'm really shaking. Please hold my hand. First of all, I would like to do a shout out to my dear friend Jan, who I've been making games for more than 20 years, and who came up with the idea of Beat Saber 2 years ago. But unfortunately, he's with his lovely wife and newborn baby son in Czech Republic, so big shout out to him. And Jančo, máme najlepšiu VR hru. Other than that, I really want to thank our team, Misha and Jaroslav, and also Peter and others who stay at home, because we have been working really, really hard, and I really wish I would tell you how much it means to us to being here and having this award. Thanks for our players who share their love for VR, for music, and for dance, and last but not least, for their fancy moves while playing Beat Saber. Thank you.
These days, the quality of mobile games is so hard, it's hard to tell them apart from immobile games. But with the games in this category, you're not locked to your television. You can take them anywhere and play them anywhere, and you can only do that with mobile games or any Nintendo Switch game. But I mean, there's still the special thing is the tapping. Wait, no. Anyway, I know. Here are the nominees for the best mobile game on a platform that also gives you robocalls.
Best Mobile Game. Alto's Odyssey. Developed by Snowman. Harry Nesbitt. Joe Granger. Eli Simon. Ryan Cash. Florence. Developed by Mountains. Published by Annapurna Interactive. The Mountains Team. Reigns, Game of Thrones. Developed by Nereal. Published by Devolver Digital. The Nereal Team. Hold Down. Developed by Grapefruit Games. Martin Jonasson. Nicholas Strom. Catherine Unger. Donut County. Developed by Ben Esposito. Published by Annapurna Interactive. Ben Esposito.
And the winner is Florence.
It's us again. What we love about mobile games is that they're really accessible. You know, games that people can play on the smart devices that are already in their pockets. And so, you know, like here's to all the amazing nominees who are like trying to make games for a really broad audience and bring gaming to this really wide world of new players. And thanks to all the judges and the jury for this. This is overwhelming. And thank you all for playing. Cheers.
The second nominee for Game of the Year, Marvel's Spider-Man. Developed by Insomniac Games. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Gang of costume nut jobs.
The Insomniac Games team.
Time I return the favor.
This is opportunity knocking.
You know the closer you get to them, the more you become a target, right?
A lot of people are saying that it's time that the games industry was unionized. They say that people who make games are overworked, underpaid, and taken advantage of. What do you think? No. Yeah, I'll see. Yeah. No. Well, that was easy. I am not anti-union, but I don't really think we need them, guys. I mean, we're doing fine, right? We're all great here and in this show, and no one here is union. Oh, God. That's right. Except for the lighting crew, I forgot they're all union. Okay, you guys. I hear you. This is a union show, and we're better for it. Fine, all right? Thank you. Thank you, Local 16. I guess there are unions all around us, and we somehow live to tell the story. All right. Speaking of story, segues are hard to write. Here are the nominees for Best Narrative.
Best Narrative. Florence. Developed by Mountains. Published by Annapurna Interactive. The Mountains team. God of War. Developed by Sony Santa Monica. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
He doesn't know, does he?
The God of War team.
Or his own?
Marvel's Spider-Man. Developed by Insomniac Games. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
I will not be so
The Insomniac Games team. Return of the Obra Dinn. Developed by Lucas Pope. Published by 3909. Lucas Pope. Red Dead Redemption 2. Developed by Rockstar Games. Dan Hauser. Michael Unsworth. Rupert Humphreys.
And the winner for Best Narrative is Return of the Obra Dinn.
I think that's some kind of clerical error that I'll double check with everyone afterwards. Yeah, that's a big surprise. It's times like these I wish I had kind of a team of people who could come up and talk. I do have a bit of a team, and it's my brother, Caleb. He's here with me tonight, actually, and he's been here with me wherever I show my games around the world for the last 5 years. And the cool thing is, he's not in games at all. He's not in this industry. But he takes time off to come and join the Pope Road Crew, which is the two of us. So it means a lot to me that we get to spend this time together. So thanks a lot, bro.
Please welcome to the stage Brandon Sheffield, Creative Director of Necrosoft Games.
Hello. I'm going to start right out by saying that not enough people know about Rieko Kodama. She's one of those developers who has spent her entire career working on pioneering, genre-defining games without ever seeking the spotlight. Her career is an almost unbelievable streak of innovation to where you wonder how one person could have actually worked on all these amazing projects. Kodama joined Sega more than 40 years ago, and she's still deeply entrenched in making games, even though she once said, and I quote, "After each project, I told myself I would never do anything so physically and mentally draining again." She couldn't manage to shake that creative urge, though, and it pushed her to work on dozens of pioneering titles throughout her career. She was the character and environment designer for Alex Kidd in Miracle World, forming the first universe around Sega's first mascot. She worked on Sonic 1 and 2, bringing the backgrounds to life in pixel art, shaping the look and feel of an entire console generation. And then there's Phantasy Star, a genre-defining title with a significant twist for the era. Sega wanted to separate their first ever RPG from the competition, so the game starred one of the first ever female protagonists in any video game, Alice Landale. Indeed. Kodama designed Alice along with the game's towns and many other characters. She worked on so many more cart-based Sega games that she can't even remember them all. Altered Beast, Castle of Illusion, Sorcerian, Zillion, Quartet, Shadow Dancer, Phantasy Star 4. I could pretty much go on forever. In the 32-bit era, she worked on Magic Knight Rayearth and Deep Fear for the Saturn, which wound up being the final games released in US and Europe, respectively. So for Sega nerds like myself, this cemented her status as the queen of Japanese RPGs. But of course, she didn't stop there either. She went on to produce the beloved Dreamcast RPG, Skies of Arcadia, Tim mentioned that one, and worked on everything from brain training games to the Altered Beast reboot to the popular Seventh Dragon series since then. Now she runs the Sega Ages collection, bringing improved versions of classic Sega games to new platforms. And the recent release of Sega Ages Phantasy Star has kind of brought her career full circle in a way. But even then, she hasn't stopped innovating. This game isn't a port, it's a remaster, adding new elements that are complementary to the original experience without taking anything away. Now, Kodama herself is far too humble about all this. When I interviewed her in preparation for this evening, she insisted that there wasn't anything special about her work. It was all a team effort. But how could you work on and influence all these amazing games and genres without being special? From Sonic to Alex Kidd to Seventh Dragon to Phantasy Star, Kodama has a history of bringing new creative visions to life in a way that has endured. While others move on into executive roles, Kodama continues to create more than 40 years on. So this is why people need to know about Rieko Kodama. She's an unsung hero and a true pioneer, and we're lucky to have her in this industry. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it to the ceremony tonight, as you heard, but please welcome to the stage Robin Koshi, Director of Marketing at Atlas Sega, who will be accepting the award on her behalf.
Hello, my name is Robin Koshi. I'm here to accept this award on behalf of Rieko Kodama. Kodama is so sorry she couldn't be here tonight to accept this award in person. She wanted to express how grateful she is to the awards team and to the industry for giving her this honor, and has sent along this video message.
こんにちは、セガゲームスの児玉理恵子と申します。この度はパイオニアアワードに選んでいただきありがとうございました。もう長年ゲームを作っていてこんな賞をもらえるだなんて全く考えてもいなかったので、本当に初めて聞いた時にはメールだったのですが、どうしたらいいんだろうと思うぐらいちょっとドキドキとワクワクと、でも皆さんにこのように選んでいただけるのも長年続けてきた結果なのかなと思うと大変嬉しく思いました。 今までの中で思い出深い作品はというふうに聞かれたのですけども、そこで思い出したのがといいましょうか、一番最初に私がコンシューマーのゲームで携わったのがチャンピオンボクシングというゲームなのですが、こちらがですね、プログラマーが鈴木優さん、企画が石井さんという、先輩の皆さんに囲まれた中で、本当に入社してから半年ぐらいのところで私はこのゲームに携わりました。で、全く右も左も分からなくて、一体ドットをどう打ったらいいのかとか、どうアニメーションしたらいいのかとか、この要領の中で何パターンの絵を描いてください、背景を描いてくださいということさえ理解できないところから始まったのですが、そこを川崎さんという先輩が根気強く私にいろいろ教えていただいて、ゲームの絵の描き方、ゲームのアニメーションの仕方、ゲームの例えば目に残る残像があるからこのようにドットを打つんだよというような教え方までしてくれて、私の一番のゲームの作るというそのデザインの基本というのを教わったのはチャンピオンボクシングでした。今私はセガエイジスというプロジェクトに携わっています。このプロジェクトというのがスイッチで過去のセガのゲーム、例えば私が作ったファンタジースターでありますとかアレックスキッド、またソニックといったゲームをですね、現代のハードで蘇らせるというプロジェクトです。現代に蘇った過去のセガのタイトルをぜひ皆様には遊んでいただきたいと思って作っておりますので、一度手に取ってみてくださいませ。よろしくお願いいたします。やはり長年ゲームを作ってこれたのも、今セガゲームスになっておりますが、古くからセガエンタープライゼス、そしてセガゲームスの皆さんと一緒にゲームを作ってこれたからだと思っています。ゲームというのは一人では決して作れなくて、やはりたくさんの人数、一番最初の頃は SG1000 の頃だともう本当に5人ぐらいから作り始めましたが、もうドリームキャストでありますとかそれ以降のものになりますと100人単位の人々が関わってまいります。でそこで私もその中の一員として作ってこれて、ここまでやってこれました。で今まで作ってきたさまざまなゲームのことも愛してくださった皆さんがいらっしゃってこその賞だと思いますし、最初に言いましたように一緒に仕事をしてこれた皆さんのもおかげだと思っています。この席を借りまして本当にありがとうございましたとお礼を述べさせていただきます。ありがとうございました。
Once again, on behalf of Ryoko Kodama and Sega, thank you so much for this award.
Tonight's third nominee for Game of the Year, Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games. Sam Hauser, Dan Hauser, Rob Nelson, Aaron Gorbutt.
As long as we get paid or you get shot, I'm happy.
Game audio gets a lot of attention when it's big and bombastic, but often it's the subtle things that are the mark of a great sound designer. The real trick often in audio is not to attract too much attention to yourself.
And so, if you please, let's check out these best audio nominees.
And so, if you please, let's check out these best audio nominees.
Best Audio. Celeste, developed by Matt Makes Games. Matt Thorson, Lena Rain, Kevin Ragami, Jeff Tangsok. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games. Alistair McGregor, Ivan Pavlovich, Woody Jackson, Daniel Lanois. God of War, developed by Sony Santa Monica, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The God of War team: Marvel's Spider-Man. Developed by Insomniac Games. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The Insomniac Games team. Tetris Effect. Developed by Monstars and Resonair. Published by Enhance Games. Takashi Ishihara. Tetsuya Mizuguchi. Noboru Muto. Takako Ishida.
And the winner of the Best Audio Award goes to Celeste.
Wow, thank you so much. I didn't actually write a speech until I was told to. And so during the IGFs, I actually wrote something, so I have something. Thank you so much for informing me. Thank you so much for this honor amongst such amazing company. I was here 1 year ago to help the team accept the IGF Audience Award. I wrote a speech for the audio award we were nominated for and quickly modified it on the fly for the award we actually won. 1 year ago, we had just shipped, but we had only experienced a fraction of the love that we would receive. Thank you so much to Kevin and the Power Up Audio team for creating the amazing design that wrapped everything in such a beautiful space that the game wouldn't be the same without. Thank you to all the amazing artists that contributed B-side remixes. You're a part of this award too, and everyone should hire them for their amazing work as composers and wonderful people. Thank you for supporting the music and sounds of independent games, proof that budget does not matter. Your art is what matters. Keep making what you love, and in every beautiful way that you do.
Okay, first, we did it!
We did it.
Oh my God. I won't keep you too long. So my name's Kevin, and I co-founded Power Up Audio with this guy, Jeff, here. And it's been a few years now. And so for us, this award represents a lot more than just like recognition for Celeste. Like, we wouldn't be here on stage or even around at all if it hadn't been for a few things, like our past and present clients and partners. Like, thanks, Matt, you know? And just giving us their trust and their babies, you know? And our friends and family supporting us. You know, Mom and Dad, thanks. Zoe, I love you. And, oh, and from Jeff here, Mom and Dad, thanks. And Esther, he loves you.
I love you, Esther.
He's too shy. And not to be forgotten, the game audio community at large, it's so fucking crazy how supportive all of you are of each other. Like, we didn't know what we were getting into here. We have direct competitors going to bat for us. It's nuts. So all you sound folks, thank you so much. Year after year, you're making it hard to keep up, all right? Thank you.
Do you guys, anyone feel the show's lagging a little bit? Hold on. These reflective puddles were causing a lot of frame rate problems. Had to do a quick graphics downgrade, improve the frame rate. Rendering is really hard, you guys. It takes excellent technology. So now let's look at the nominees for Best Technology.
Best Technology. Marvel's Spider-Man. Developed by Insomniac Games. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The Insomniac Games team. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Developed by Ubisoft Quebec. Published by Ubisoft. Marc Parenteau. Marc Alexis Cote. Forza Horizon 4, developed by Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios. Published by Microsoft Studios. Adam Askew, Ralph Fulton, Alan Roberts, Benjamin Penrose. God of War. Developed by Sony Santa Monica. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The God of War team. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games. Rob Nelson, Imran Sarwar, Aaron Garbut, Phil Hooker.
And the winner for Best Technology is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hi. So I didn't expect to be doing this. I'm a programmer, so lower your expectations. So a huge thank you on behalf of everyone at Rockstar. It's a tremendous honor, and it's deeply humbling to receive this award from an organization that we admire so much, especially against such impressive competition. And most importantly, thanks to all the fans who helped us push to make such a great game. Thank you very much.
Tonight's fourth nominee for Game of the Year, God of War. Developed by Sony Santa Monica. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
One for myself.
The God of War team.
One for you. Today is that day.
The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him. I know the truth isn't simple, but nothing is when it involves your child.
Rembrandt, Picasso, Van Gogh. What all these artists have in common? None of them could do shit in Maya. Sorry. Sorry, Rembrandt's family. No concept of how to build manifold geometry. And a personal pet peeve of mine, they all thought the singular of vertices was vertice. Ugh. Dumbasses. Yep. Thank you, all five of you, thank you. A modern day games artist has to know everything the old masters know, and they have to know how to do it without fucking up the nav mesh. So, yeah, and I'm swearing a lot. And you know who else swore? It was Leonardo da Vinci, because he never learned the fine art of how to save often. Here are the nominees for Best Visual Art.
Best Visual Art. Grease. Developed by Nomada Studio. Published by Devolver Digital. Conrad Rosette. Marvel's Spider-Man. developed by Insomniac Games, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The Insomniac Games team. God of War, developed by Sony Santa Monica, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The God of War team. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope, published by 3909. Lucas Pope. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games. Aaron Garbut, Paul McPherson, Josh Bass.
And the winner of Best Visual Art goes to Greece.
Whoa. Well, this is unbelievable, really. I didn't even prepare the speech, so. Well, first of all, on behalf of Conrad Rosette, because he couldn't come, he was really sorry, but he had a new kid, so he couldn't come today. But he's extremely happy. I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even believe this is happening. But as he will say, this is not just one person's work, you know, video games. So from Conrad Rosette to the main artist, cleanup artist, animation, everybody has been involved here. Programmers, interns, everybody. So all of them, this is all for them. This is, we have to thank them for sure. And of course, our families. And
yeah, thank you also to our friends. Some of them came today. Thank you to Devolver for being so fucking crazy, because they really are. And yeah, thank you to our families.
Thank you, everyone.
A good game designer provides vision, focus, and direction to their project. But most importantly, if it weren't for designers, programmers and artists would waste valuable time fighting with each other. A good designer helps artists and programmers work well together by giving them a common enemy. They bring the group, it's true, it's valuable. They bring the group together the way that Simon and Piggy brought the gang together in Lord of the Flies. Don't tell them how that book ends. Okay, here are the nominees for Best Design.
Best Design. Marvel's Spider-Man, developed by Insomniac Games, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The Insomniac Games team. Celeste, developed by Matt Makes Games. Matt Thorson, Noel Berry, Pedro Medeiros, Amora Bettany. Into the Breach, developed by Subset Games. Justin Ma, Matthew Davis. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games. Rob Nelson, Imran Sarwar, Aaron Garbut, Phil Hooker. God of War, developed by Sony Santa Monica, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The God of War team.
And the Choice Award for Best Design goes to Into the Breach.
I'm just going to say a quick thank you to the rest of the team. There was more than just us, and they did a brilliant job with everything else that went into the game. And a quick thank you to my wife and kids at home, who sadly couldn't be here because they're busy handling life that is a family. From there, I'm going to let Justin take over and say a bit more.
I want to say thank you to everyone here and out there who make games. Truly, it would not be possible to do what we do without being inspired by all of you. We really stand on the shoulders of giants. I can only hope that we together continue to work together to continue to innovate and just make incredible games. And I hope some of you are inspired by our work as well. And has anyone else noticed the near indie sweep going on at the moment? Anyways, thank you so much.
And now, our fifth and final nominee for Game of the Year, Return of the Obra Dinn. Developed by Lucas Pope. Published by 3909. Lucas Pope.
Keep rowing! Where is it? Let them go!
Please welcome to the stage previous Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Mark Cerny.
Good evening. It's my great pleasure to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award to a dear friend, one of our great storytellers, a writer and director who has made an indelible impact on our industry. Now, there was a time when games weren't expected to tell great stories, when the idea of filling your game with a cast of compelling three-dimensional characters, each with their own authentic voice, quirks, and flaws, was more of a pipe dream than a real possibility. That certainly didn't stop Amy Hennig, a trailblazing creator who has carved an extraordinary path through the game industry. I mean, like many of us, there was an element of randomness to her entry into the world of games. She had great skills and background, a bachelor's in English literature, a master's degree in film, a talent for art and animation, but it took a random encounter at a garage sale to get her her first job in the industry. Her initial titles were a bit on the obscure side, but at Crystal Dynamics, she broke into the limelight, overseeing the design of the cult classic Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and making her directorial debut with its critically acclaimed sequel, Soul Reaver. A few projects later, she moved on to Naughty Dog, where she helped direct Jak 3, bringing a beloved trilogy to its satisfying conclusion. And her timing was excellent. Naughty Dog was ready to build something new, something big, something that could showcase the power of PlayStation 3 and the potential of video games as a storytelling medium. That something was Uncharted: Drake's Fortune. And with Hennig as director, the incredible team at Naughty Dog created one of the game industry's first truly cinematic experiences. Uncharted. Uncharted was an interactive movie in the best possible sense. It's easy to forget what a revelation the writing and the performances were. Hennig worked with her colleagues at Naughty Dog to create and direct characters that were funny and flawed and warm, with all the charms and frailties of real people. A director in the truest sense, Hennig helped breathe life into the Uncharted series by treating voice actors as collaborators and giving them ownership of their characters. She pushed our industry forward by working to ensure that her actors would record together whenever possible, ideally during their actual mocap sessions, rather than trying to deliver their performances alone in a recording booth. She worked tirelessly on each game in the Uncharted series, and under her direction, it grew beyond that remarkable first title to become one of our industry's most beloved franchises. Most importantly, she has influenced a generation of game developers through her work and her mentorship, all while helping to create iconic games that elevate our medium. For all those reasons and more, please join me in welcoming Amy Hemming to the stage to accept her 2019 Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, guys. Well, this is more than a little bit surreal. And I'm going to confess, and they're probably going to screw me up. I got all choked up yesterday at the rehearsal when this room was empty. So this is probably going to be a disaster, just so you know. I'll try not to. This is something, Lifetime Achievement. I hope this isn't sort of like one of those vaudeville hooks that's sort of like the subtle cue for the old geezer to get off the stage because your time's up. I'm only 54, right? Okay. I hope I've got a few games left in me. Working on it. So seriously though, this is an amazing honor and a privilege, and I am so humbled to be with you tonight and to be included among the previous honorees, like my friend Mark. Thank you to Katie Stern, wherever you are, and the whole GDC team, and to everyone in this room. I am so deeply touched by this recognition, and I'm so grateful to be here, sharing this night with you. And I gotta say, watching the show, I'm so inspired by all of you, and I love the new crop of games. And Lucas, holy shit, man, sorry. No offense to anybody else, but that was my favorite game last year, so just got to get that out there. So there are way too many people that I need to thank, and this is so awkward because you only have so much time and you will leave people out. But first, thank you to Mark, and don't read my teleprompter, for being such a good friend and a trusted colleague for the last 15 years, and for all your sage advice, even though I'm 5 days older than you, and therefore technically 5 days wiser. I have to thank Michael Kasaka, who some of you may know, who advocated for me back when I first joined Electronic Arts as just a junior artist back in 1991, and entrusted this very opinionated newbie with my very first design job, which led to a lead design role on Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City. You're welcome. Thank you to Richard LaMarchand, gonna call you out, buddy, who has been my friend and partner in crime for over 20 years. We are old. That's at 7 games, I think, right? 3 Soul Reavers, a Jack, and 3 Uncharted's. So I have no idea what this journey would have looked like without you, so thank you. To my longtime friends and colleagues and my family, everybody at Table 7 there, thank you for supporting me and putting up with all my nonsense for the last 30 years. And to my parents, who I hope are watching at home or will maybe watch later when we tell them how, thank you for indulging a 12-year-old's obsession with video games, Star Wars, and Dungeons and Dragons. These things just might have had a very slight influence on my career path. To all my teammates, and again, it's too hard to name check everybody, but over the years, Electronic Arts, Crystal Dynamics, Naughty Dog, Visceral Games, pour one out. Sorry. Was that bad taste? No. And to my colleagues at Sony, I'm so grateful for all of your enthusiasm and dedication and your ingenuity, and also for your support and trust. To the actors that I've been so privileged to work with, who took the dialogue we scribbled down and made it 100 times better, breathing life into the characters. The cast of the Soul Reaver series, especially Michael Bell and Simon Templeman and the late Tony Jay, who made our florid, overwrought monologues sound like poetry, me and Richard. And to our amazing Uncharted cast, of course, especially the trio at the very heart of the series, Nolan North, and Emily Rose, and Richard McGonigal, and our devoted composer, Greg Edmondson, who wrote Uncharted's indelible theme and brilliant score. Thank you, all of you, for making me look good. Thank you. And then finally, I want to say to my longtime friend, directing partner, and mentor of 20 years, over 20 years, the late Gordon Hunt, who taught us, all by example, the virtues of kindness and humility and optimism and gratitude and joy and the grace to embrace the inevitable challenges and setbacks we all face as not as obstacles, but as opportunities. All of us, we've all faced a lot of challenges and changes in our careers in the last 30 years, from the four-color sprites of the 8-bit era where I started to the current console generation with its photorealistic graphics. And it feels, this week like we're on the cusp of even bigger changes in the next few years. But you know what? We are really good at weathering change and tackling our creative institutional challenges with an uncommon mix of tenacity, flexibility, and humor. I'm grateful to all of you for being on this adventure with me, and I look forward to many, many more. Thank you very much.
Hello. Isn't Amy the best? Yeah, isn't Amy the best? Real innovation means creating something so new that people didn't even realize that they wanted it until they had it. And maybe that took the form of cardboard controllers and accessories, or horse testicles that shrunk in the snow. Or a truly daring innovation that a couple of games tried this year, not having a battle royale mode. That was officially, that's the end of the, well, forget it, never mind. They're all better after this. That was the one that I put a star next to skip over. Also, I hear Florence is thinking about trying it next year, Battle Royale. Okay, here are the nominees for the Innovation Award.
Innovation Award. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games. Rob Nelson, Imran Sarwar, Aaron Garbut, Phil Hooker. Florence, developed by Mountains. Published by Annapurna Interactive. The Mountains Team. Nintendo Labo, developed by Nintendo EPD. Published by Nintendo. The Nintendo EPD Team. Tetris Effect, developed by Monstars and Resonair. Published by Enhanced Games. Tetsuya Mizuguchi, Takashi Ishihara, Mark McDonald, Yasuyuki Togo. Return of the Obra Dinn, developed by Lucas Pope. Published by 3909. Lucas Pope.
Okay, some bad news in the time it took to watch that nominee reel. Epic saw all your innovations and included them all back into Fortnite, so. Should have stopped at horse testicles. How many times have you all said that? The winner of the Choice Innovation Award is Nintendo Labo.
I'm Nate from Nintendo. I'm sorry the Labo dev team couldn't make it, and I know that they would be really humbled and gratified, especially considering how exceptional the other games in this category were. So on behalf of the producer, Mr. Kawamoto, the director, Mr. Sakaguchi, Mr. Ogasawara, who is the cardware lead, and the rest of the EPD team, thank you so much. The first time I saw Labo, a part of my brain that I think had gone dormant sort of reawakened. It was the part that sort of obsessed about making couch forts and saw every inanimate object as something that I could make a game out of. You know, it was a very childlike part of my brain, and it gives me great hope to think about how many people out there who don't even know that they're game designers yet are playing with this and hopefully feeling the same thing. So thank you so much for this. Really appreciate it.
I shared an office with Martin Cameron back at LucasArts when we're making Monkey Island. It's nice to see him up there, but we were all crammed like 5 people into a tiny office, and he always kept us in stitches. He was so funny, and we all miss you a lot, Bucky. So I just wanted to say that. This year, the Oscars tried something different. They announced that they were going to have a new category called popular films. Sorry, I didn't mean to go high there. Popular films. Different than the Best Picture Oscar, which they like to give to nerdy, unpopular movies. But no one liked it. Hollywood rose up in protest. There were riots in the streets, and the category was pulled. And once again, here's how Hollywood could learn a lot from video games. If they want to have an award based on popular appeal, they should just call it the Audience Award and let the audience vote, like we have been doing for years. We are so smart. Get your act together, Hollywood. Here is your pick for the Audience Award. This part always throws me because there's not a nominee reel. There's just the sound of me slowly opening this envelope. The 2019 Audience Award goes to Beat Saber.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. We are such a small team, and it's such a great honor to be here, to have this twice. And we love you, everyone. If you tried Beat Saber, that's awesome. We love our community, everyone around who is helping us. And yeah, what, do you want to add something?
I think you said it very nice. But I never had chance to actually thank you guys that making games is hard, as everybody knows here, but making games look easy is freaking hard, and you just nailed it. So thank you very much.
As you know, the award committee decided to give out some awards during the commercials these years. And I'm just going to read them off really quickly now. Worst AMA went to THQ Nordic. They only get worse. Best job in the industry went to getting paid $1 million to play Apex Legends. And congratulations to the phrase, give yourselves a big round of applause for winning the most annoying phrase a host can say. There. Aren't you glad you missed all those? Give yourselves a big round of applause for missing those awards. Oh, what a relief. Now we can get to the good stuff. Let's look at these nominees for Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. Celeste. Marvel's Spider-Man. Red Dead Redemption 2. God of War. Return of the Obra Dinn.
And the winner of the 2019 Game Developers Choice Award for Game of the Year goes to, yeah, exciting, one more woo, yeah, God of War.
I just want to say thank you, first of all, to everybody out there who makes games. Every game that we saw up today was absolutely amazing, and you make it very hard for me to get back to work because you're making so much great stuff. I want to thank the team at Santa Monica who are the real superheroes of this one. They're the ones that made everything that you guys got to play, and I am forever thankful. And Yumi, could you come up here for a second? This is Yumi Yang. She doesn't want to talk. But I'm going to take a moment to say something. And I know I speak for the team, even though I didn't pre-clear this with legal, PR, or the team themselves.
Oh no.
Right? When I say, you are absolutely amazing. This thing would not have gotten done. It was 5 years, even though we argue about the fact that you say it was 4.5 years. Whatever, it was 5 years. This 5-year journey was very difficult for all of us. And your tenacity, your passion, your ability to get ahead of the road and clear all the obstacles for everybody was amazing. You are an incredible production partner. You are absolutely crazy. And I would not have it any other way. So from me, from the team, from everybody, thank you for doing everything that you do. Thank you, Lucas, for not coming up on this one. I think that's really it. I'm just incredibly thankful to be supported by this community. I would literally not have a job if people did not support what we do, so thank you so much.
Well, that's our show, everybody. I hope you had a great time. Congratulations to all the winners and the nominees. Big thanks to Katie and Simon for having me back. Thanks to the crew backstage and everyone on the board and everyone in Local 16 who helped put this show together. Thanks to, I want to thank our trophy presenters, Angela and Tyler, who, well, they're not there, but they are probably laying down because those trophies are heavy and they had to carry them and work they did so much work tonight. So thanks to them and all the other, let's have a round of applause for the CAs who keep GDC running. It has been an honor to be your host, so thanks for coming and good night.
No flask can keep it, bubble up and cut right through. Just someone I believe in. Anytime you're in the room, but you burn me and I'm smoking. I just wanted you to watch me dissolve slowly in a groove of your love. But I don't even know how the chemistry works when your bullseye kicking in the dirt, kicking in the sand and stirring up trouble. Wander in a maze alone. If I find you, will you shock me? Left and right. Pretty sure that I